Fun fact, our universe contains at least 70 septillion stars, 7 followed by 23 zeros. Astronomers estimate there exist roughly 10,000 stars for each grain of sand on Earth. What's up, guys? Kevin Cage here with another cryptocurrency update. Man, do we have some crazy news that just dropped today about Zcash. We have official confirmation that Edward Snowden was the 6th person in the creation ceremony of the privacy crypto asset Zcash, or ZEC. Remember that Barry Silbert also tweeted this back in December. I can't wait to retweet this when Zcash is at $1,500. So is he predicting a $1,500 Zcash? Now, please keep this in mind that he is the founder and CEO of Digital Currency Group. Yes, he has a vested interest. Grayscale holds millions of dollars of Zcash, so he could be just trying to shill his own bag, so keep that in mind. But Forbes did an article on this. Zcash today at $149 and roughly a $2 billion market cap. And they emphasize in this video that the privacy coin space today is at $11 billion. Of course, tremendous upside in the future. Next up, we have Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple CEO on Bloomberg TV, emphasizing the only country on the planet that thinks XRP is a security is the United States. Japan, the United Kingdom, Switzerland, Singapore, the UAE, a variety of nations and areas have already determined XRP to not be a security. And in this video, he says it all boils down to the 1946 Supreme Court case, the Howey test, to determine if something is a security. Now, call me crazy, but I think this is a little outdated. Keep in mind, 1946 is around the time they first introduced the first color TV, going away from black and white. Before the internet, before cell phones, before social media. This case is laughable in my opinion, and we need modern frameworks to provide clarity for modern technology. Next up, now we're aware that the crypto market sentiment is lower than ever. People are giving up hope, people are capitulating, people are calling it quits, and that's just part of the game. I would argue that the XRP community sentiment is even lower than the rest of the market because we've heard that the lawsuit could take another year. Now, it doesn't mean it will, but it can. And that alone is actually causing a lot of people to sell their whole bag and go into another asset. I wish you luck, but I'm not selling my bag. If a single piece of news actually gets you to capitulate and sell your position or give up on crypto forever, you have not done enough research. I've done over 1,000 videos covering crypto news for the past several years, specifically XRP. And the funny thing is, when a single piece of news like that or a delay comes, which isn't even bad news, people call it quits and they forget all the other information that's been shared. So do not call us lucky when all is said and done. Some people work for 6 months, some people try 3 years, then they give up if they don't see the results. And that's the difference between those that are successful and not successful. Those that are successful know that giving up was never an option. For me, it's never been an option. The day that you decide that you are never going to give up is the day that you're never going to lose. Jeremy Hogan, a well-respected attorney, providing his opinion and insights during the Ripple vs. SEC case. He goes on to say, at the 10-minute mark of this interview of Bloomberg TV, Brad is asked about the possibility of losing the lawsuit. And he says, in quotes, Ripple is already operating in a world where it's as if they had lost. That's very good. And Jeremy goes on to say, sorry, I didn't mean to be cryptic. My main thought was that XRP's pricing already has a Ripple loss baked into it. There's no difference between now and a loss in March. Not saying that's what will happen. If you hold XRP, a loss does not really change its value. But imagine a win. Next up, we see the Crypto Bahamas kicks off as the country solidifies plans to becoming a leading digital asset hub amidst market uncertainty. Look how beautiful it is out there. I'm about a 2-hour flight away from the Bahamas. We also see that Tom Brady right on Twitter. Keep in mind, this guy has 2.6 million followers, and he is side by side one of the GOATs, SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, one of the world's youngest billionaires, the CEO of FTX Official, a leading crypto exchange. It's cool to see this because going back, 5 years ago to 2017 or even 2018, there were some people that knew Bitcoin, but very few people knew what Ethereum was or XRP, let alone any other altcoin. So with all these bubbles and hype waves of NFTs, of the metaverse, of gaming tokens, we know the Miami Heat changed their stadium name. We know the Staples Center. Crypto.com, we have FTX Arena. Crypto's going mainstream. Next up, we have some news from Flare Networks that is set to go live this July. Now, I know sentiment's low, Algo's dumping, HBAR's dumping, XRP's dumping. This is part of the market. And they are building a Bitcoin bridge for Algorand. Now, friendly reminder, remember, per the code, Algo and Casper are building atomic swaps. Now, Algo has deep ties with the company Ripple, surprise, surprise. I mean, you see the CEO's buddy as well. We already knew that Algo is going to be an F asset on Flare networks. And I know the sentiment is low, but guys, Algo, HBAR, XRP, XLM, I mean, a variety of others. They are guaranteed survivors in this market, in my opinion. Not financial advice. But it's great to see this bridge being built, of course, safely delivering Bitcoin to Algorand, engineering a BTC-F asset, or this asset that resides on Flare networks, integrating consensus to enhance bridge security, and receiving 7-figure SUPA grant. Now, Roger Ver, a guy I really respect in the space, listen up. It took about a decade for crypto to grow to a market cap of $1 trillion, but took just 1 quarter to add another trillion. Welcome to the adoption curve. In March 2020, when sentiment was lower than ever, I believe we wicked as low as around $100 billion. And then from there, from that $100 billion for the crypto market, we went up 30x to $3 trillion. Assets after a 30x, when an entire market does a 30x in a matter of 2 years, yes, they have to take a breather, guys. Nothing can just go straight up forever. And speaking of the Howey test, Roger Ver also, security laws are outdated. Needing a license to issue a security token in 2021 is just as dumb as needing a license to set up a website in 2001. Love that. If you needed a license to set up a simple website in 2001, do you know how slow the growth of the internet would have been? Thankfully, the United States had clarity when it came to the internet in the early 2000s, and that's why they were a leader in this space. But right now, other countries are leading the way. Next up, guys, I have a Roth IRA here with iTrustCapital. There are no monthly fees. If you fund your account, you also get $100 in free Bitcoin. We have over 150,000 accounts that have been created, over 2,000 5-star reviews. Open with as little as $1,000, and there's a variety of retirement accounts you can make, whether that be a Roth, an SEP, or traditional individual retirement account. There's no monthly fees whatsoever. It's just like having a Coinbase account. If you do decide to trade, though, there's just a 1% transaction fee, 24/7 trading. The cool thing is you can sit right in the US dollar. As you can see, the mobile application is on the way, so if you're bearish on the market and you just wanted to get on the sidelines, you can, or you can go into a stable coin. There's over 25 cryptocurrencies available, and also gold and silver for any precious metal bugs. You can go up to how it works and click assets. We can scroll through and see what's available. Typically assets that are backed since they're integrated with Coinbase custody and Fireblocks. And guess what? Staking and DeFi will be on the way. So just wanted to share iTrustCapital. I originally signed up back in January 2020, was promoting them months later, and it's amazing to see how much they've grown. Recently raised another $125 million in a growth equity investment. And of course, they also processed over $5 billion in crypto transactions. And this company is now considered a unicorn, meaning its valuation is well over $1 billion. So cool to see, just emphasizing the benefits of an IRA, guys. There are massive tax benefits. My Roth IRA is tax-free, meaning I pay 0% in taxes on my crypto assets with this account. Assets are in cold storage. This is military-grade security. You can learn more about it on their website. There's no monthly fees, no gotchas. Assets and metals available, and customer experience is awesome. So this link will be right in the top of this YouTube video description. So if you want to get your children that are over the age of 18 some cryptocurrency exposure and start funding a retirement account, because I'm personally a lot more bullish on crypto than the stock market over the next 10 years. Or if you have some parents that are about to retire and you want to get some crypto exposure for them, take a little chunk out of their 401k or maybe their traditional or Roth IRA in some index funds and get some crypto exposure. Next up, remember what I always say, Switzerland is key, and that's not to be funny. I wholeheartedly mean that, because Zurich has the highest amount of banks compared to almost any other city in the world. Brazil, their central bank, was meeting with Ripple recently. Now, the Brazilian crypto asset manager, Hashdex, approved to list ETPs, exchange-traded products, in Switzerland. Hashdex is currently recruiting teams in London, Zurich, Paris, and Lisbon. So now they're approved to list these ETPs on SIX. This is the stock exchange in Switzerland. The goal is to make these products available to a wider European market. And this actually just happened just last month, guys. Ripple. So we have 21 shares launches, XRP exchange traded products, or ETPs, in the Swiss franc on SIX, the Swiss exchange. We can see Cardano. We can see Polkadot, we can see XRP, we can see Solana. Now remember, Polkadot has ties to Switzerland. Ripple the company, of course, Casper, Alliance Block, etc. So other countries are still trading XRP. We also have Russia is finalizing a bill to legalize cryptocurrency as a form of payment. Of course, we have this circulating too. Crypto mortgage lenders are entering the hottest housing market ever. That means that you're going to be able to get a mortgage and buy a house with cryptocurrency in the future. And speaking of real estate, we have Proppy partners with Abra to provide crypto-backed real estate loans. One step closer. We also have a company called BitRefill to launch services letting US users pay bills with crypto. So crypto enthusiasts will soon be able to pay their utilities, mortgage payments, and even taxes with Bitcoin, and hopefully other altcoins in the future. Wow. And last but not least, we have NFT.com, one of the most important domains in all of Web3. If you have not set your bid on NFT.com yet, I highly recommend doing so. The bidding will close today at 7 p.m. Eastern. This is your chance to get a Genesis key. And there's only going to be 10,000 that will ever be available. And if you guys want to learn more, I did an NFT.com video covering all of this and explaining it step by step last week. And last but not least, we have MEXC Global, and FYI guys, this is the exchange I use to buy Casper for the time being because Uphold refuses to let us withdraw it. So thrilled to announce our partnership with the HBAR Foundation, which fuels the development of the Hedera ecosystem by providing grants and other resources to developers, startups, and organizations. So MEXC Global and the HBAR Foundation. Go HBAR. Remember that you can find all links in the YouTube video description, and I'll catch you in the next video.